This is the fourth episode of my PC flipping documentation series. In this week's episode of the series, I'm going to be building a computer with an RTX 3080, benchmarking it, taking some pictures of it, listing it on my local market, and then also showing some of the deals that I've gotten recently while I wait for it to sell. For the computer I'm going to be building in this episode, I decided to go with the Lee & O11 Vision case, and the reason for that is just because I picked up a good deal on it. Back in episode 1, I actually got it for around $70-ish in great condition, and it's going to be perfect for what I'm doing with it, which is a moderately high-end build consisting of an RTX 3080 and a Ryzen 7 5800X, which is a combo I've used in the past and it works very well together. Additionally, I'm going to be pairing these parts with 32 gigabytes of RAM, a 2TB SSD, and an NZXT Kraken 360 cooler, which I also got on a pretty good deal. As usual, I'm going to put the name of each part and the price that I got it for on screen as I go, so here's the build footage. So now the build's completed. If you didn't watch episode 1, you'll probably be wondering how I got a Ryzen 7 5800X for just $70. In episode 1, I got 4 of them for that price, but 2 of them were broken. And I would consider it the best deal out of any of the parts that I used in this build, which is going to help contribute to getting a lot more profit. As usual, I'm going to do a little bit of testing with some games just to make sure everything works properly. I'll do a benchmarking run, which I'll record, and I'm going to be recording in 4K just because that's the easiest thing to do with my 4K monitor, and I'm a little bit short on time, so I got to get this done quickly. And then I'm going to write my description and put it up for sale. Alright, so as you just saw, it performed great in those benchmarking runs, and I've had no problems whatsoever with this build. So I would say that it's ready to list because there's nothing else I need to really do. I'll be interested to see how fast it sells. I'm going to be charging a little bit more than I usually would for this GPU class, and the reason for that is just because of the case and the aesthetics. I put a lot more money into that this time around than performance parts. I know that I've used this combination of parts basically every single video so far, but the reason for that is really just because I found out that that's really what works best in my market, and I do really need to focus on what's working best and what's able to get me the most profit for my time. Now that I'm also making YouTube videos, I have a lot less time to actually work on PCs, so I have to maximize the output for the time that I put in, and this is the best way that I've found so far to do that. As you can see here, this week I got a whole lot of deals on computer cases, and it was actually kind of hard to fit all this on the table here for this video, but I managed to do it and left a giant mess behind me, which I'm not going to show, but you can probably see it in the reflections. There's a bunch of boxes all over the floor. Starting right here, this one is the O11 Dynamic Evo. It's in great condition. Then a Corsair 3000D Airflow, also in great condition. A Corsair 4000D Airflow, which is in a little bit worse condition, and it came with a dented side panel, which I had to replace. And I have a spare glass panel from an old 4000 series case, so I put that on the back for now, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. Replacement panels are only about $15, so I might buy one of those, but if it looks good enough and I have good cable management, it might actually be cool to see a PC build with glass on both sides, but I'm not quite sure yet. Then similarly, over here on this side, I got a, what looks to be in basically brand new condition, 4000X RGB, which came with all 3 fans and is in very great condition. I can't see a single thing wrong with this one. And a lot of people know about the Corsair 4000D Airflow case because it's a very popular case, but not as many people know about the X variant, which basically, instead of the airflow panel, they just have glass panels and then 3 RGB fans included with them. Again, I'll put the prices of everything up on screen. Finally, here for the cases, I picked up in a Pevia Prism case. Now, it was advertised as a Prism Elite, but I could see from the photos that it was just a Prism, which it'll still be good for maybe a lower end build, but it was kind of disappointing that it wasn't the Elite version. However, I've also gotten some pretty insane deals this week on graphics cards, and I picked up 2 of these Dell RTX 3080s, and they were in brand new condition. I was actually kind of speculative of whether or not these would actually be brand new. I wasn't actually thinking that they would be brand new, but whenever they showed up, it appears that they were. And I got these for $325 each, which is very great price for a 3080. And even though they do have this green PCB for some reason, which is a little bit annoying, that's something I'm willing to deal with for that price. And then I got this MSI 2TB drive for $110, and it was direct from MSI's website. They had a sale on it. This one was basically the best value available at the time, so I just bought that brand new. And additionally, I bought a brand new Thermalright fan because I needed it for a build as well. So yeah, that's all the deals that I got this week. I've been kind of struggling on case supply recently, so the fact that I was able to get all these cases in 1 week, basically just one after another, is going to be really nice in the future. Once again, I greatly appreciate that you made it to the end. You can watch this video right here if you're interested in seeing more from this series, and also subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But that's all that I've got for today, so thanks for watching.